Where there is life. Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Robin Basilint, and I'm Brent Gearsmore. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Spotlight uses a special English method of broadcasting. Is it easier for people to understand no matter where in the world they live? The question brought me to the point of ending my life when I was 50 years old. My question was the most simple one that lies in every person. It is the question without what life is impossible. Why do I live? Why do I wish for anything or do anything? Is there anything in my life that will not be destroyed by my death? These are the words of the famous Russian writer Leo Tolstoy. Like Tolstoy, many people ask these difficult questions, and they struggle to find meaning in their life. Tolstoy spent his whole life trying to answer difficult questions like these. His search for answers influenced his writing. Today's spotlight is on Leo Tolstoy, his faith, and his writings. On August 28, 1828, Leo Nikolaevich Tolstoy was born in the countries of Russia. Both of his parents died while he was still a child. He and his brothers and sisters lived with other family members for the rest of their childhoods. As a child, Tolstoy was a member of the Russian Orthodox Church, but as a young man, he began to question that faith. Tolstoy wanted to make his own moral decisions. He was trying to be told what to believe. He thought people could achieve a degree of perfection if they tried hard enough. So he worked very hard at being the best in everything he did. He thought that he would find meaning and trust in success. In the 1850s, Leo Tolstoy wrote his first stories. He wrote about his experiences in the military. He also told stories about when he was a child. These works were published, and Tolstoy became a well-known writer. Tolstoy was finally successful. He earned the respect he always wanted. Many wealthy and intelligent men met and talked with Tolstoy. Some of the men were writers like him. They talked a lot about faith and the meaning of the life. But soon Tolstoy recognized that these men were not perfect. They were proud and they made very bad moral choices. Tolstoy had thought these rich and powerful men could answer his questions about faith. Now he knew they could not. So in the 1860s, Tolstoy tried different ways to find meaning. He opened a school for the children of his serfs, the people who worked on his land. These workers were very poor. He wanted to help them because he thought they were more honest than the wealthy people he knew. Tolstoy learned many things from his workers. He respected how they worked hard to provide for their families. He began to believe that marriage and family would give his life meaning. So in 1862, Leo Tolstoy married a young woman named Sonia Burs. The next 15 years were the best years of Tolstoy's life. It was during this time that he wrote his most famous books, War and Peace and Anna Karenina. Many literature experts say that War and Peace is one of the greatest books ever written. Both War and Peace and Anna Karenina communicate Tolstoy's beliefs about the Russian nation, church and people. They also communicate when he thought was the answer to all his questions. Tolstoy believed humans were supposed to live a simple life and take care of their families. Tolstoy thought this would satisfy him and bring him happiness. But after writing these books, Tolstoy entered into a dark depression. He was very sad and lonely. He had achieved everything he wanted. He had a large family, a lovely wife, and all the respect and money he could ever want. But he could not help wondering if any of that would matter after his death. Leo Tolstoy began wondering if believing in God would answer his questions about life. For 9 years he wrote only about faith and religion. This new belief changed the way Tolstoy thought about faith. He rejected all systems of government and religion, but he did not resist these systems with violence. He wanted only to be left alone. Tolstoy tried to live with the poor and to give away all of his property and wealth. However, many people today believe Tolstoy did not live by his own teachings. He would often fight with his wife and children. Tolstoy's new faith made him believe it was wrong to have a lot of money and nice things, but he was still very wealthy and owned lots of property. His wife would not let him sell anything. Some experts believe Tolstoy did not really want to sacrifice any of his comforts and wealth for his faith. For the rest of his life, Tolstoy's work was strongly influenced by his new beliefs. Some of the best-known stories from this Some of the best-known stories from this time in his life are the death of Ivan Ilyich and Hadish Murat. These works are about how everyone comes to the same end and in life. Tolstoy was very afraid of his own death, but he found peace in his faith. In his book Confessions, he wrote about his different beliefs during his life and said, "I only live during those times when I believe in God." Many people follow Tolstoy's teachings about faith. Some people saw him as a spiritual teacher. He felt even more precious to live a moral and simple life. He would often take long trips to rest from his followers and his family. In fact, it was on one of these trips in 1910 and Leo Tolstoy became very sick and died. He was 82 years old. Leo Tolstoy is still a very respected writer today. His faith and writings have influenced many people. Tolstoy's research for the meaning of life is something everyone can understand. His teachings still interest people all over the world. In his book Confessions, he encourages many people to ask the hard questions about life and faith. He says, "Where there is life, there is faith. Since the day earth was created, faith made it possible for humans to live. Because faith gives a meaning to life that cannot be destroyed by suffering, poverty, or death." Tolstoy's faith saved him from his depressions. He believed it gave meaning to being alive. Do you believe faith gives meaning to life? How would you answer some of Tolstoy's questions? Tell us what you think. You can email us at radio@english.net or leave a comment on our website. The writers of this program was called Lee Haluga. The producers were Ryan Giesma. The voices you heard were from the United States and the United Kingdom. All codes were adapted and voiced by Spotlight. You can find this program and others on our website, radio.english.net. This program is called Where There Is Life. We hope you can we hope you can join us again for the next Spotlight program. Goodbye.